Okay, so we're going to find the roots for this polynomial. Now you have a couple ways you could do this. So we could use a quadratic formula, which is what I'm going to do first. All right, so to use a quadratic formula, I have to plug into x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Well, I know that a in my quadratic is 1. Okay, so everywhere I see a, I'm going to substitute in a 1. B is 6, so B will go here and here. And then C is 25. Okay, so I can plug everything in. So I would have negative B, which is 6, plus or minus the square root of B6 squared minus 4 times A, which is 1, times C, which is 25, all divided by 2 times A, which is 1. So I've got this set up. Now I can go ahead and evaluate, right? So now I've got negative 6 plus or minus the square root of 36 minus 100 all over 2. Okay, so negative 6 plus or minus the square root of, so that's negative 64 all over 2. I'm going to continue down on the next line. So I have negative 6 plus or minus, now the square root of negative 64, think of that as the square root of negative 1 times the square root of 64. And then you can simplify that a little bit easier. Okay, so the square root of negative 1, that's I. The square root of 64 is 8 all over 2. And then since we can kind of split this up and think of that negative 6 being divided by 2 and 8 being divided by 2, and you're going to get negative 3 plus or minus 4i. Okay, so you could do this another way. Remember that the sum of the roots in your quadratic should be this number right here. Well, the opposite of that number. So the sum is actually going to be negative 6. And the product is going to be 25, if you remember the shortcut we talked about. Now here's the thing, guys. Because complex numbers always have to occur in pairs, like this when we're talking about roots, then we know if the sum of our complex roots is negative 6, we know that it has to be negative 3 for the real component. And then what we know is it has to be plus some number times I and minus some number times I. And the key is trying to figure out what that sum number is. Well, if you multiply these together, we know that we're going to get negative 3 times 3 is 9, so we know we still have to be able to add 16 to that to get our product of 25. So the square root of 16 is 4, and we could find our roots that way. Now this is just kind of another approach. If you're just comfortable with, going ahead and going through the quadratic formula, that's fine. But this is another approach that you could use.